आरंभ प्रचंड होना चाहिए. That's what the PM is trying to do.
Mr. Jairam Thakur for his campaign trail.
I'm here in Ambaji, which is also considered to be one of the most sacred Shakti peaks.
Vijay Rupani, who has sent out a message to come out early in the morning to cast his vote.
We'll get you the details. Stay tuned with us.
The Prime Minister right there.
Prime Minister, son of soil, is back in his bastion.
मैं सब कांग्रेस के लोगों से आह्वान करता हूं.
Arvind Kejriwal has poured everything, resources and manpower.
Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome as the true son of Bharat overlooks this vast, beautiful expanse of the Narmada Valley, looks at the Bharat that he helped put together, the Bharat that we know of. One important state, in fact 2 important states, will decide who will govern them over the next 5 years. And it's a story within the story, ladies and gentlemen, that we have to focus on. Be it the BJP, be it the Congress party or be it the Aam Aadmi party, each one will want to take away a story and say, listen, this is what we have scripted here. But it's all at the hands of the matadata, the voter. Beautiful vista here as I see the Statue of Unity in front of us, and we say welcome to the election news center, the nerve center of these polls, CNN News 18. Let's look at what the mega poll of polls here on News 18 points to. A runaway victory for the BJP, massive pro-incumbency. But if that number, as the exit pollsters had polled out, and if the median is 136, do you think it will stop at 136 or will they race through to a record and never before? 136 for the BJP itself is a record. But can they do the best ever that any political party has in Gujarat? That's the big story. What happens of the Congress party? Will AAP break into the leaderboard? Will it replace the Congress as the opposition in Gujarat? Plenty to talk about. And the man with the numbers on the wall is here to take it away from us as I make my way back to the studio. Maria Shakil with Zaka Jacob. Over to you, Zaka.
All right, very much, Anand. We'll see you in the studio soon. And as Anand was saying, very soon. Right now, you look at this figure, it's all 000. In some time, you will start seeing this map populating itself in orange, in red, in blue. And as we welcome Maria Shakil as well, our political editor, you are on the ground. You've seen the exit poll numbers. All in line for a historic, 7th term for the BJP? Eighth term for the BJP.
And uninterrupted, Zaka,
yeah,
for the last 27 years. But for the BJP, it is also the test of their categorization that has happened within the OBCs. So it could lead to a significant shift in the politics of the state of Gujarat, where the dominant and influential patidars could be replaced now with 52% OBCs of the state.
We'll be talking about all that minutiae, all those micro details. But first, just to run you through the exit poll data, this is what the exit pollsters, one by one, we've picked the 6 most important exit polls. And you look at the lower end of the tally for the BJP is 117. At the higher end, it's 151. So anywhere between 117 to 151 is what they have predicted for the BJP. For the Congress, lower end at 16. And the highest end at 51. And for the Aam Aadmi Party, anywhere from 2 seats, which is the lowest, to 21. So clearly, a lot at stake for all 3 parties, whichever way it goes, whether it settles between 117, 151 at the median of 136, which is the News 18 poll of polls, or whether it is higher than that. In any case, this is going to be a history-making election as far as the BJP and its record tenures in Gujarat is concerned. Very, very huge stakes for both the opposition parties, both Congress as well as the Aam Aadmi Party. Which of them will have their nose ahead? We'll know all of that in the next few hours. But Maria, where are we going first?
Yes, we are going straight to Griha, who's joining us live from the election hub. That is the big Network 18 hub, where the reporters who are at every counting center in both these states of Gujarat and Himachal are dialing the editors in that result hub where Griha is joining us live. Griha, give us the big numbers in terms of how many people will be there tomorrow when the numbers start coming in.
Oh, absolutely, Maria. And before I actually get to that, let me tell all of you, both Zaka, Maria, and Anand, who's up there on the quadcopter, I beat you to it because this is the place where all the buzzing is going to happen first, and from here is where it emanates, and then it reaches you guys at the election headquarters. Because I am right here at CNN News 18's election hub, the live result hub, where all these phones, these places that you see over here, start ringing in just about some time from now, and when that happens, it doesn't stop. So this is going to be the buzzing place. Now you can see all these empty chairs at the moment. What our colleagues are doing is getting in some refreshment, some chai, some caffeine kick, so that they get set. Because once the ringing starts, it doesn't stop till we announce the winners.
Yeah, that's right. And where is Anand now? Anand, माहौल कैसा है वहां पर? अब आप जमीन पे आ जाइए, आसमान से जमीन पे लैंड करिए.
देखिए, माहौल तो बनाएगा, वोटर बनाएगा और रिजल्ट बनाएगा, पर फिलहाल हम लैंडिंग की तैयारी करते हैं. लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, राइट ऑन टॉप ऑफ आवर स्टूडियोज एज वी आर एंटरिंग, आई मस्ट टेल यू, देयर इज एन एलिमेंट ऑफ रियल, देयर इज एन एलिमेंट ऑफ वर्चुअल एंड देयर इज एन एलिमेंट ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इन व्हाट यू सी विद दिस क्वाडकॉप्टर. कुछ लोग पूछते हैं ये क्या यंत्र है, कैसे बैठे हैं आप इसमें? दिस इज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस देयर. और ये देखें, महाशय समटाइम्स यूजेस द इंटेलिजेंस टू शेक मी अप अ बिट. आप उतार दें मुझे नीचे, प्लीज सेट मी डाउन सो दैट आई कैन गेट डाउन. There you go. Have we get down? Okay, now shall I get down at this point? उतर जाऊं? चलिए उतरते हैं. I am going to try and get out and make my way away from you. So देखिए, आ गए स्टूडियो के अंदर तो आ गए, but like I said, it's the virtual and the real element that mixes it up. Suddenly I am towering over my colleagues here in the studio, but in the next shot,
मतलब
I will be back.
कैसे हो गए? You can't be 6'5", can you?
देखिए, अब मैंने आपको क्या कहा कि अब बराबर हो जाएगा सब कुछ. देखिए,
अब तो बराबर हो गया.
साइड बराबर हो गया. अब इस यंत्र को यहाँ से हटाओ. यही महाशय है, सब गेम खेलते हैं. चलिए आप जाइए यहाँ से. थैंक यू वेरी मच. उठिए. अरे लिफ्ट ऑफ. अरे जाओ भाई. Thank you very much. अभी भी नहीं गया. हाँ, आ गया. Chalo, thank you. So that's the quadcopter. It was a phenomenal vista and a great view.
So welcome back.
And Kevadia, I missed. When I went there, I missed. So I thank our entire team at Alexa for giving us that beautiful view of the Statue of Unity. It's a once in a lifetime. Yes. But it's that poll of polls that got the attention. मारे आपको क्या लग रहा है? 136 पे तो नहीं रुकेगा.
नहीं,
अगर गया वहां तक तो
नहीं. वोटर्स अब कंफ्यूज नहीं हैं और माहौल जो था सब अच्छा है और जनरल सेंस ऑफ हैप्पीनेस वाज विजिबल इन द स्टेट ऑफ गुजरात. ये नंबर 136 से पार है.
You know one important thing, everybody had a crib. We all have cribs. No,
वहां पे नहीं था.
पहले था बिजली नहीं है, फिर खंबा आ गया, भाई हमको ये चाहिए, देन सड़क नहीं है, फिर गाड़ी चाहिए. It's always we are human beings, so we always need a crib. The crib was there for everyone, but you just peel the surface and then you ask them, वोट तो भाजपा को देंगे, वोट तो मोदी को देंगे. That seems to be larger.
I think Modi ko hi dena hai became the larger theme in Gujarat, certainly. Maybe not so much in Himachal, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll know in the next few minutes to hours how this is going to happen. Is it going to be a historic 8th term for the BJP? Will Himachal be a cliffhanger? I believe we have some guests with us as well.
Yes, Sanju Verma of the BJP is with us. We also have Prashant Pratap of the Congress. Nimi Rastogi is with us of the Aam Aadmi Party. And Rashid Kidwai, Professor Sanjay Kumar, Professor Madhav Nalapat. Everybody with us. Namaste, Jai Hind, and thank you very, very much. It's going to be perhaps a rushed few hours as we build up to that result day. Sanju Verma, अभी तो आप बहुत मुस्कुरा रही हैं. नतीजे आ जाएंगे, फिर आप मुस्कुराएंगी कि डांस कर रही होंगी. बताइए, आपके इंटरनल आंकड़े क्या कह रहे हैं गुजरात के लिए?
आनंद जी, आपने पहला ही सवाल ऐसा पूछा है कि मतलब प्रवक्ता को आपने कश्मकश में डाल दिया है. You know, if I say that we will get what your upper end range shows at 151, कल जब कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी को मुंह की खानी पड़ेगी, they will say जरूर संजू वर्मा को कोई इंसाइडर इन्फो थी, ईवीएम में कोई गड़बड़ी है. So I think I will reserve my comments, but I think based on exit polls for whatever they are worth. Though most of them got the MCD tally wrong. But I think we are romping home with certainly more than what our tally was in 2017, which was 127 seats. And I'm not going to say, oh my God, despite a 27-year, so-called anti-incumbency, we are still going to win with a thumping majority. I think what needs to be seen here, the key take is the magic intact. The Modi juggernaut has only gotten stronger, point number one. And I think what we learned from the Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand results, you know, Uttarakhand, we came back to power consecutively twice in a row. For the first time in 27 years, for the first time after 1985, a party came back twice in a row in Uttar Pradesh. And we are going to repeat that in Himachal Pradesh. I'll come to Gujarat again. The reason being that there is a Labharti sect which cannot be ignored. This Labharti sect cuts across caste, cuts across ideological differences, cuts across traditional vote bank appeasement-based politics. For instance, Anand, I mean, we all know that in Himachal Pradesh, for instance, apart from Shimla, Dharamshala and Bilaspur, most of Himachal Pradesh is semi-urban and rural. It is a hilly terrain. But wahan par bhi, you know, it's a matter of immense pride that
we will talk Himachal in just a bit. We are talking Gujarat right now, and in Gujarat, if you believe that you're going to romp home, so then you have to actually think कि भाई गुजरात में तो जो कर लिया वो कर लिया, दिल्ली में क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? That's another thing. That's another point to ponder. We'll keep the MCD aside. We'll focus on Gujarat right now. Professor Madhav Nalapat, let me ask you, what is the story that you would want to take? Aap breaking into the leaderboard. Congress, does it even hold its traditional vote bastion, which has always voted Congress? They've always had a foundation, or do you see that eroding? Or will you be looking at the BJP number and saying, how can somebody have such a massive pro-incumbency?
Anand, I'd like to say that there's a lot of talk about double-engine Sarkar. So, logically, as I understand it, a double-engine Sarkar is that both engines pull 50% of the horsepower. The point is, as far as the BJP is concerned, as far as the BJP-run states are concerned, the first engine is now taking about 80%, if not more, of the horsepower. That's Prime Minister Modi and his magic. The other engine is taking 20%. In Gujarat, that's an advantage because every Gujarati knows the importance of winning handsomely in Gujarat to Prime Minister Modi. No longer Chief Minister Modi, but Prime Minister Modi.
And Professor Nalapat, you know, that Modi voter that we keep talking about emerged in 2019, but it is also a factor in various states. Look at what happened in the state of Bihar. And then the state of Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, subsequent states, it is the Modi voter and a Modi factor which is imminent and dominant, and an overarching factor also in the state elections is becoming increasingly clear. But Prashant Pratap, come in on this. मुझे आपसे ये समझना है कि ज़्यादातर एनालिस्ट का ये कंसेंसस हो गया है और एग्जिट पोल्स भी यही दिखाते हैं कि दिस इलेक्शन इज अबाउट चूजिंग द ऑपोजिशन इन द स्टेट ऑफ गुजरात, कि ऑपोजिशन का स्पेस कौन लेकर जाएगा. आप लोगों ने लो की कैंपेन चलाया. You were saying that you did not have a dominant face. Rahul Gandhi was missing in action. So what is the number that you are expecting?
Good evening. It's it's like a little too early to say what results are going to be. I remember BJP celebrating it. I think it was Madhya Pradesh, and the results by the evening had turned. So if BJP is already celebrating, I hope they don't jinx it for tomorrow for Gujarat. We did it the last time. We got 77 plus another 3-4 seats in partnership, which was 80, and we lost only 10 seats with a 1500 margin. In the exit polls, we were given 40 to 50 seats last time, and we went to 80. So coming back to, we are very hopeful from the Saurashtra region and the northern region, we are hoping that we are getting at least 60 seats. It's going to be a clean sweep where Congress is taking over.
तो निमिर रस्तोगी आपका क्या होगा? आम आदमी पार्टी का क्या होगा अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी क्लीन स्वीप एक्सपेक्ट कर रही है तो?
आम आदमी गुड लक. आज आम आदमी का गुड लक is run out now.
Okay, निमिर रस्तोगी.
Today that was the only good day, and I think they should sleep happy, celebrate. From tomorrow onwards, the Aam Aadmi Party would be not in such a good position.
Okay.
So Aam Aadmi Party was propped up. They ran away from Himachal. They just completely gave away the campaign. And as when MCD was announced, so you saw in Gujarat as well.
Okay. Nimir
Suddenly
Rastogi,
their wave was started diminishing. The money power, the muscle
did
power,
you
what they
peak
were
too soon,
using.
Nimir Rastogi, in the campaigning? There was a high voltage campaign, but you could not really keep pace with it.
See, when we use our energies when the opponents have exhausted their own. So ours is not a shallow politics. We are grounded and we have worked hard. People of Gujarat have really given their support and love to us. So we are very, very hopeful that the result will be much, much better than the exit poll. So just wait and watch. It's just a matter of few hours, and don't jump to any conclusion as yet.
Nobody's jumping into conclusions. Just on a lighter note, Professor Sanjay Kumar, there is a joke doing the rounds. Everybody is asking, "Aapka kya hoga?" and they say, "Haath ki safai." So, what is going to happen? Is this whole fight going to be about Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, like Maria said, securing the opposition? Who becomes the opposition in the state? Or will you be looking at how much the voter believes in the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Is that the story for you?
Sorry. Anand, I think we have moved beyond that discussion that...
Sanjay ji, you're not audible to us. One sec. Can we just check?
Hello, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah. Go ahead, please. Yes.
No, I don't think that this suspense, in my opinion, is over. That which party is going to be in the opposition in Gujarat. Earlier there was a suspense, but I think Congress is well placed to be the party in opposition in Gujarat. And Aam Aadmi Party, earlier many people expected that Aam Aadmi Party would be doing well, but I don't think that Aam Aadmi Party is doing to the expectations of many, especially the expectation of Aam Aadmi Party leaders. In my opinion, Aam Aadmi Party is certainly not getting into double digits when it comes to seats, and certainly not beyond 14% votes when it comes to the vote percentages. My own sense is that Aam Aadmi Party is somewhere between 12 and 14% vote, and maybe they might end up with 4 to 6 seats.
Yes. You know, Professor Sanjay Kumar, would you also say that it will be a beginning of a new lexicon? We have spoken about pro-incumbency, लेकिन 7 term की pro-incumbency कैसे define होगी? That is also a question. The other question is that is this also marking of a beginning of a new constituency for the BJP in the state of Gujarat? 52% of the state is the OBCs. So far the Patidars have been influential, they have been dominant. But the BJP has started looking at this subclass or subcaste within the OBCs, and they started wooing them much before, 1.5 years before the elections. Do you think it is a new social engineering which will emerge post the results?
Maria, I think it has already emerged. And the verdict which you are going to see in Gujarat and in many states earlier, whether it is UP or in Uttarakhand or in some other state, that's the result of the social engineering which you are talking about. I won't say that after post-Gujarat election, I would say this has emerged. It has already emerged, and BJP has done a lot of hard work in inculcating its support base among the lower OBC. So that has already happened. Right. But Maria, quickly on this question of pro-incumbency or anti-incumbency, as I see the results unfolding tomorrow, my own sense is that there is anti-governance. In a sense, people, not anti-governance, right. I would say people are critical about few things when it comes to governance. It is about price rise, it is about unemployment, and it is also about corruption.
Yes, corruption within the bureaucracy, administrative level.
But when it comes to voting, when it comes to the face of Prime Minister Modi, that attracts a huge pro-incumbency wave in the
like we were saying,
among the people. Cribs. So two kinds of things parallelly going on in Gujarat. Not only about Gujarat, but in other states we have also seen
the cribs are there, but the overarching factor is that the person who will fix it is the PM. वो काम तो कर रहे हैं. Now we talked about two aspects, the Patidars and also the OBCs. There is a reflection of it even in 2017 that the BJP was making inroads into the OBCs even then.
Absolutely. In fact, look, Gujarat's politics has always been Patels versus the rest. If you go back to the great Madhav Singh Solanki election, it was calm. I mean, of course, there were OBCs as part of that as well. But 3 or 4 years after that, Chimanbhai Patel, the whole rebellion by Chimanbhai Patel was because the Patidars felt, as the agrarian, landed, dominant caste, they felt that they were out of the power structures. And therefore, within 3 or 4 years, Chimanbhai Patel, along with Janta Dal, along with BJP, ousted that historic verdict of 1985. They came to power. That was, I think, the first time the BJP came to power in the state of Gujarat. But I want to just quickly, even in the 2017 election, which was a Patidar-dominated election, PAS was happening, Hardik Patel, the Andolan was happening. Even in that, I want to just run through both the filters, the Patidar-dominated seats and the OBC-dominated seats. If you were to look at the Patidar-dominated seats, it's just about 39 out of 182, in which the Congress won, the BJP won 22 and the Congress won 17. It's in Saurashtra, primarily in the Patidar-dominated seats where the Congress won. A few in North Gujarat as well, but largely in Saurashtra, agrarian belt, poorer folks. That's where the Congress did well. The BJP compensated for that with the seats in Ahmedabad. Of course, there are a lot of Patidars in the big cities, in Ahmedabad, of course in Vadodara and in Surat. So the BJP sort of compensated. And let's not forget Rajkot. Rajkot, of course, is the capital of Saurashtra, or the de facto capital of Saurashtra. So the BJP compensated for that by winning in the cities. But if you were to look at the OBC-dominated seats in that same election, where the narrative was completely dominated by the Patidars and the Andolan, look at the OBC-dominated seats, 75 out of 180. And look at the BJP there, 39 seats they won at 46% vote share, and Congress won 34. If you were to look, again, leave aside Saurashtra, if you were to look at central Gujarat, I keep talking about it, the belt between Ahmedabad and Vadodara, that's where the BJP did really, really well. Also some seats here in North Gujarat. Let's not forget the Prime Minister is from Mehsana, that's in North Gujarat, and some here in the south as well. I'm not even taking into account the urban areas. The BJP managed to compensate whatever loss it felt with the Patidar vote by winning in the OBC constituency. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a further consolidation in the OBC.
And this is significant because those 34 seats out of the 75 which they lost to the Congress, if the BJP is able to turn that around and make it 60 out of the 75 seats in their favor, then this number of 130 becomes reachable, because this time around the Patels are also coming back.
This election, people talk about Hardik Patel, but 2017 was also Alpesh Thakur's election. There was disaffection amongst the OBCs also, amongst the Thakurs particularly. Therefore, I think this election, and I keep saying this, 2017 was an aberration. Depending on how the results come in Gujarat, and like I said, all the exit polls are suggesting that it will be a landslide for the BJP. I think this will be a business as usual. This will be a normal election in Gujarat, not the kind that we saw in 2017.
But interestingly, Zaka, Prime Minister Narendra Modi comes from the OBC. But in the post-Modi era in Gujarat, there was Anandiben Patel, Vijay Rupani from the Baniya caste, and Bhupendra Patel, two from the Patidar. Will this also mark the entry of a possible chief minister from this constituency? Because the BJP has given enough indication that this is the constituency going forward for them as far as the state is concerned. Because
Amit Shah has said on News 18 itself that Bhupendra Patel is somewhere it could be that if you look at the construct of the revised cabinet, there is a huge concentration or huge number of tribal and OBC leaders also. So they've all been taken care of very smartly in terms of the combinations. But the leadership will remain perhaps with Bhupendra Patel. And there will be a Patidar there at the helm, because that's been committed. In politics, anything can happen, but we've got to hold to the commitment that was made here on our platform. Rashid Kidwai?
Yeah, but I think, Zaka, I see as a bit of a paradox, because the quality of political leadership in Gujarat is on the decline. If you see it from the time of Anandiben Patel to Rupani to the present day leadership, and yet if the margin is going high, very high, 150 or so, then it's a little baffling, because the socio-economic indicators of Gujarat have not shown a major improvement. There is a problem of malnutrition. There are all kind of problems are there. And if we're talking about Modi factor, the Modi factor was there in 2002, 2007, 2012, and all subsequent elections. So I think there is something more to it. To my mind, I think tomorrow's outcome will be on expected diet, in the sense that as MCD went to AAP. Maybe Himachal will go to Congress, and the BJP will have Gujarat. So voter would turn a bit of a Santa Claus, something for everyone.
But Rashid, that bharosa that we keep finding in each and every election, that people spoke about during the first wave of COVID, when the elections happened in Bihar, that Modi ne plate pe khana diya. They were upset and angry with Nitish Kumar. When you move to Uttarakhand, the chief minister loses. The state votes for BJP with a 2/3 number. Look at Uttar Pradesh. Again, that bharosa. Do you think that bharosa becomes critical in Indian politics now, particularly a state which is going for the BJP after 27 years? That bharosa, yaqeen.
Yes, Maria, that bharosa, yaqeen is all there. But what I'm saying is that 40% or so that voters in Gujarat who have sided with Congress, what has changed now that, the 20% of them would leave that and go to the other side? You must remember, same, political leadership is there, and I'm saying at the state leadership there is a sort of, decline is also there. So what has changed the voter to shift the loyalty? Maybe Dr. Sanjay Kumar can comment on it, because it's a huge thing. If
Well,
Mr.
because
Modi
there
could
is,
never
there
cross
is the
127.
agitation is not there. Those who were the agitators, they themselves are now with the BJP, and even at that time on ground between the Kadwa Patels, Lewa Patels, and even amidst them, they were all turning up for Hardik Patel, but not all of them voted for him or voted for the Congress party because they were swayed by what Hardik did at that time and what was going on. And there were three different factions that were doing. There was a triumvirate of protests. Alpesh Thakur was leading the Thakur Sena. There was Jignesh Mewani who was active amongst the Dalits, and you had the party. So there was a lot of flux. Plus, there was also this friction which was in the BJP. This time around, that 18-month pehle jo sweep of the entire cabinet out and a new face in, that was the post-COVID dissonance arrested or addressed. Let's quickly look at the poll of polls where we go back to Sanju Verma and other panelists. This is how it all stacks up for Gujarat as per the exit pollsters. एक के number याद रखना, because everybody will turn around and say हमने सही बताया था. But will the final result belie everyone? Will it be close to one of the outliers who's right at the top, who said the top number is 151, breaching the 149 set by Madhav Singh Solanki in 1985, a never before historic. But what's interesting, and as we look at this entire list, is that most of the pollsters have given the best ever performance by the BJP. BJP's highest is 127. So except for Jan Ki Baat, which said it would be 117, if you look at it, almost all of them, and TV9 was close with 125. But overall, if you were to see, the sentiment is that this could be BJP's best ever performance as a political party in Gujarat. And for that to be said by pollsters with a party which is more than 2.5 decades in power is a story in itself. And how much of that story is the local leadership, and how much of the story is the fact that the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister's office is directly involved with everything that's happening in Gujarat? Sanju Verma.
There's a very important question about how much stake does the Prime Minister's office have in Gujarat. And I can tell you this, that Gujarat was unarguably the only state in India which did not impose a complete lockdown, even at the height of COVID second wave. And I think it did phenomenally well. Speaking of what Rashid Kidwai said in terms of, diminishing leadership quality from the local leadership in Gujarat, I just have this to say. Today, Gujarat accounts for 20% of India's industrial production, 28% of India's pharmaceutical exports. It accounts for 40% of India's ocean-bound trade. It is an economy of more than 19.4 lakh crore with a per capita income of 2,41,000. It secured 37% of India's FDI last year. I mean, are you telling me all these numbers mean nothing? Are you saying this happens only if one एक पहिया चलता है और एक पहिया फिसल जाता है? No. It happens when both the state leadership and the central leadership are in perfect harmony, which is what is playing out in Gujarat. And just, to tell what Zaka said, he said something interesting, that it may not be a landslide, but business as usual. To that, I just have one comment to make, Anand, that anything above 125 or 127, even if it is not 151, should be considered a landslide, because mark my words, if you look at every pollster, everybody has said BJP's vote share may not be 49%, which is what it has historically been. It may come down to 43, 44, 45. Matlab 45% vote share ke baavjood, not 49. If you're still going to increase your tally from 99 seats to 125 or 127 or 136, it brings us back to what
Wait, the point is that if you have to cross, Sanju Verma, if you have to cross, do baatein, Sanju ji. If BJP has to cross 135, it cannot be at 45% vote share. It has to come closer to 50, if not more.
Absolutely.
If not more. It has to be. Otherwise, you are really relying on the Aam Aadmi Party to pinch away a significant number and dilute the vote share so that you have seat gains. No, but that I don't think the BJP will aim to do. You have got nearly 59% vote share, if not 60 in the Lok Sabha. So election, that means you have to be able to hold back on that voter even at the state level. That's your challenge. The other thing is, Gujarat ke logo को भी तो क्रेडिट दीजिए. जो आंकड़े आपने गिनाए वो सिर्फ पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप से नहीं है. गुजराती भी तो मेहनत कर रहे हैं. So थोड़ा क्रेडिट उनको भी दीजिए. We'll take a very short break. The focus shifts to Himachal with our guests and of course with you. when we come back.